In Invincible, after Nolan joins the coalition of planets, he and Alan are sent to collect the weapons written within Nolan's books. Their first stop was at an asteroid belt where Nolan fought the space racer over 100 years ago. Now planning on retrieving his gun, a weapon with an indestructible blast, Alan asked why he didn't take it to the Viltrum Empire before, which Nolan explained that this weapon has a special bond with its user, where only he can use it. Not only that, if Nolan had touched it while the space racer was still alive, the gun would have just flown towards him, giving him a chance to escape from under the rubble that Nolan had placed him in. And thinking he was now dead after 100 years, Nolan attempted to grab his weapon only for it to go towards a pile of rocks. As it turns out, the space racer can survive for a long period of time without eating, so in an attempt to hold him down, both Alan and Nolan try to grab him, only for his gun to go off and blast through the asteroid, creating a chain reaction where they all had to escape before they got caught up between the colliding rocks. It was at this point that both Nolan and Alan try to calm him down with claims that Nolan was now reformed, and that the reason they were after his weapon was to use it against the Viltrum Empire. So having an interest as to see if the coalition of planets was a real thing, the space rider accepted their offer and decided to accompany them. Their next stop was a planet where the Rocknar lived, a vicious creature whose indestructible nature made it impossible for the Viltrumites to defeat. The only way they were stopped was by Nolan using a solar disk to block their sun, freezing these creatures. The only problem now was that there was no way to find them as they were all frozen, so at an attempt to slightly move the disk, one of the cruise ship members destroyed it completely, defrosting the creatures within minutes. And now that both Alan and Nolan were surrounded by the Rocknar, it would be impossible to retrieve one, making this mission a failure. It was after this that they went after the Cloxus plant, a never-ending growing plant whose poison, while not deadly, makes it easier to defeat a Viltrumite. The only issue was that they only needed very little water and sunlight to grow at a rapid rate. The Viltrumites, however, had already dealt with this by infesting the planet with sin-like beetles, who ate the plant faster than they could grow. This also made it easier for Nolan to extract the poison. Continuing their journey, Nolan and Alan met with the Caldarian race, who had once fenced off against a Viltrumite invasion. They also tried to reconnect with Battle Beast, however it seemed like he did not return back to his planet. And after a few more stops, they had completed their mission. Now back at the coalition of planets, there was one more weapon that was being worked on. This was an improved strain of the Scourge virus, the deadly infection that killed off 99.9% of the Viltrum population. Thetis then decided to tell Nolan that in the case they would lose, he would not hesitate to use this even if it meant both of their deaths.